Hola, buenos dias, buenas tardes. I decided to do my midterm oral report on an article called Why Black and Latino Students Are Underenrolled in AP STEM Courses. The who and the what are the Education Trust Report, and they teamed up with the Equal Opportunity Schools and did a huge study and an analysis and report. So their sample was 184 schools with survey data from over 200,000 students of various backgrounds. A short summary is despite many Black and Latino students' desires and plans to go to college and their interest in STEM subjects, a small number are enrolled in AP STEM courses that would prepare them for college and a STEM career. Some of their findings are, but not limited to, this was a huge study, students who want to go to college and receive more information on how to enroll in AP courses are 16% more likely to take an AP class. Students who want to go to college and who feel a sense of belonging in AP courses are 11% more likely to take an AP course. Students who aspire to go to college are 105% more likely to take an AP course. And 40% of Black and Latino students say they really enjoy STEM courses and aspire to go to college, yet less than 3% of Black and Latino students are enrolling in AP STEM courses. A 2020 Education Trust report estimated that 225,000 Black and Latino students are missing out on advanced courses in high school, and an earlier report by Education Trust report found that hundreds of thousands of students of color and from low-income backgrounds are missing out on advanced coursework that would prepare them for college. So why is this happening? Well, they found that teachers rely on students' persistence, so students self-advocating for to get into those courses, and then they make assumptions of students' intelligence, and they're relying on single denominators of readiness such as GPA and test scores, instead of addressing systemic barriers and conditions that make it difficult or impossible for students to enroll in advanced placement STEM courses, and addressing school climates that make underserved students feel unwelcomed in advanced courses. So, what should we be doing? Educators must create positive school climates where students of color feel safe and have a sense of belonging, as well as interact with teachers who have high expectations. And we must provide adequate information on how to access AP STEM opportunities. Some of the systemic barriers are, but not limited to, funding inequities. School districts serving the largest populations of Black, Latino, or Native students receive 13% less per student in state and local funding. For a school district with 5,000 students, that gap equals $9 million per year. There's also educator bias and mindset. This limits students' access to advanced courses because we don't have high expectations at times, and high expectations for all students are essential to increasing enrollment in AP STEM courses. And then we also need to meet educators where they are and help them overcome mindsets that limit access. And that was mentioned by a couple principals from this study. There's also racialized tracking from an early age. This is happening in early grades and impacts AP STEM enrollment opportunities. Studies show the disproportionate enrollment in advanced courses in high school mirrors disproportionate enrollment in gifted and talented courses in elementary and middle school. So, what happens? Well, this leads to a lack of diversity in the workplace. Studies indicate that companies with more racial and gender diversity outperform companies with less diversity. And from my own personal experience at my school, we have a very diverse student population with a far less diverse faculty. It would likely help to build trust with our students if we had a more diverse staff. So, I'm going to go over a few recommendations by these four entities, but there were numerous recommendations under each of these different departments. At the federal level, Congress should support states and districts by incentivizing states to recruit, retain, and support teachers and school leaders of color, and incentivize districts to prioritize safe, equitable, and positive learning environments through increased funding for whole child supports, such as hiring well trained support staff and providing adequate professional development on topics such as reducing bias and anti racist mindsets. The Department of Ed should ensure that the civil rights data collection contains data elements pertaining to advanced placement course taking and exam success rates by race, ethnicity, English learners, disability status, and gender. The state can increase access to and success in advanced coursework for Black and Latino students by requiring districts to use multiple measures to identify students for advanced coursework opportunities. Some examples are express desire to enroll, exam scores, grades, PAST and SAT scores, and recommendations from trusted school staff. And then the district and schools can pass policies so that K to 12 students who are identified through multiple measures are automatically enrolled in advanced coursework with the option to opt out after consulting a school counselor. So this was a huge study. There were a lot of analyses and findings that I didn't mention, but the bottom line was that Black and Latino communities are being underserved and they're being underenrolled in AP STEM courses. And this has dramatic effects. And one of the huge ones that I've witnessed, and maybe some of you have as well, is that the workplace, specifically in schools that I've worked in, is far less diverse than our student population. And so that can have effect on students' performance, students' motivation, students' sense of belonging, students' sense of safety, and many other factors. And it's also just completely unfair. And it's probably, I'm sure it's a problem that's been happening for decades, if not centuries, in the United States. And so I was happy to be able to highlight this concern and this report. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of this course.